You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN. And now, TSPN's Amador This Week's Out and About. Well, hi everyone, Tom Slivick, and right now you're looking at a pair of Indians, 1938 motorcycles, and they're just beautiful, and they're twins. They're just, except the only difference I can see is a windshield, and I'm talking with one of the owners, probably. You own one of these?
Yes.
Just one?
Well, I actually owned both of them, but my son-in-law has inherited the both of them now.
Okay. It would seem like whoever had these, it would be the same owner, because I don't know who else would take all the trouble to make them perfectly the same. They're just beautiful.
Yeah, my father and I restored these, about 35, 40 years ago. And now that I'm 78 years old, I figured time to share the beauty. And it was rare about these. They're inline 4-cylinders, which is not a common Indian. They were very expensive when they were bought new. They would cost more than a brand new Ford automobile. So they were a little bit for the guy who had a few bucks.
Well, inline 4-cylinders, and about how fast do they go then?
They'll break 100.
Well, I believe it. They look pretty fast sitting still, and they're in beautiful shape.
Excellent shape, and their motors are identical, back to factory spec, because I sleeved the cylinders with chrome moly sleeves, then rebored it back to original size.
Was that back in 45 years ago when you first rebuilt them?
I rebuilt them, yeah, back in the 70s.
Yeah, well, you did a super swell job. Looks like they have like what was called like a suicide bar on the side?
That they call that a suicide clutch, but it's an actual clutch that was standard on that bike. But the clutch has a little knob on the side that when you put it down, if you roll your foot inward, there's a lock to hold it down, where a regular suicide hasn't got that. Okay. And this is
quite nifty. I've never seen suspension on a motorcycle like this. Tommy, take your pick on the bikes, but it's got some front wheel suspension. Looks like a leaf spring, half a leaf spring.
That's a leaf spring. We call it the old wagon spring. Indian Chief used that system of that since the late 20s all the way until 1941.
Boy, those are beautiful bikes. Now, do you rode one up here?
Yes.
That must have been fun. Get a lot of people honking at you or anything?
I came early without too many people, but I love riding that.
Okay, now do you use the one with a windscreen or without?
One with the windscreen, because when I restored it, the normal decal on the side with a normal decal, and I said, I don't think so. So what I did, I had a portrait of my father's side view, and I had an artist copy that, and that is my father's profile with the Indian headdress. And so my father looked at it and said, "What'd you do that for?" And I said, "Well, Dad, someday you're not going to be here, and you can still ride with me."
Well, that's pretty nice. Now, is that, I don't see that there. Is it there?
Right here on the side of the gas tank.
Oh, okay. Right on the side of the gas tank. Okay, so that's what your dad looked like?
That's him.
Well, he certainly looks like an Indian.
For an Italian, he looks like an Indian, yes.
For sure. Okay, beautiful. So that's what we're talking about. That's just great, and there's 4 of those pictures, one on each side of this motorcycle, and one on each side of its twin. Now, do they have names?
They're actually by the name of the Indians. They're named Indian 4.
Okay, all right.
And that's the only name we gave it.
Okay, beautiful bike. Now, we didn't catch your name. Tell us your name.
My name is Al Caesar.
Al? Give it the last name again.
Caesar.
Al Caesar. Okay, Al. Great bikes. And where do you hail from?
Originally from Redwood City, but the last 12 years, Jackson.
Hello, Patrick. How you doing?
Really good.
All right, now, great little entry to the parade.
Oh, yeah, that's a great fun.
We're going to find out who's pushing you. What's your name?
I'm Abby.
Okay, hi, Abby. Great job. Go ahead. Keep her going. Looks like we've got some mountain men coming by. And this mountain man's got a big sword. I don't think I've met him before. Hi, what's your name?
My name is Badger.
Okay, Badger. See you. How's it going there?
Rotten John.
Rotten John. Okay, Rotten John.
Behave yourself.
And coming up behind in a really great car. This is a Destruction Derby car. Since he's standing there, why don't we just go on up here for a second? And this is one of those destruction derby cars that Sterling Auto Repair, and you could buy. What do people do? Buy to get signage on this?
Yeah, they buy a puzzle piece so we can raise money for autism. 100% of the proceeds all go right to Amateur Autism.
Okay.
So,
And who am I talking to?
this is Darren Gibson.
All right, great, good. How you doing, guys?
Good.
What's your name?
Josh.
And yours?
Riley.
Okay, great. Beautiful car, isn't this a beautiful car?
Yeah.
Shame it's going to get wrecked, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. And so people can still get their name on the side of that. Right on? Listen to this.
If I get the thing on right. Maybe. What'd I do? Uh-oh. What'd I do? What happened?
We'll get that started. And he'll get that started. We're going to, while we wait for that, may as well get to meet some of these guys. Maybe we can meet some of the guys as they go by. How you doing?
Very well. How about yourself, sir?
And what's your name?
Captain Restberg.
Okay, now you guys are just right. You guys are just down the street here,
Camp.
and great camp. Got a lot of guys down with us. And what do they call this kind of crew?
This is a Cal Fire Type 1 hand crew.
The Type 1 hand crew. Is it okay if we say hi to the guys?
Sure.
Okay. Hi there. What's your name?
Gomez.
Okay, and you, sir?
Michael.
All right. And you?
Dennis.
And you?
Quanzel.
Okay, great. And this is a fire crew. What's your name?
George.
Okay, George. And how about you? You got a name? What's your name?
May Brown.
Good to see you, guy. And you?
Phillips.
Okay, I know all the people that live around here would like to thank you guys for being here and putting out fires or being on scene if we need you. And what's your name?
Francisco.
All right. And you?
Ryan Jimenez.
What do you call this thing you got here? What's kind
McLeod.
of one in, isn't it?
Yes, sir. It's a McLeod.
Okay. And they're going. They're going to be going pretty soon. Your name?
Tyler Brazel.
And you? There they go. They're going to go around that car, so it seems like that car's stalled out. And when they drive to the scene, they're in that red truck behind. And we're going to see that red truck behind and a lot of manpower, so they're just going to push that car until it starts. And there's Cal Fire's truck. And that's what that crew rides in the back of that. And here we have a great little Volkswagen. We're going to find out who's in this Volkswagen. Who's in this Volkswagen? What's your name?
Tom, Dennis and Scout.
Okay. And
I'm
Scout.
with Margie.
Okay, great. Beautiful, beautiful bus truck.
Double cab.
That's really rare.
Thanks a lot, Tom.
This is pretty rare if you can find one of these, and that's from Twin Cedars K9 up here on the parade. And it looks like we got Twin Cedars K9 behind us. It's nice of you to bring all the doggies down.
Hey, it's fun to be here.
Putting on a display.
We're going to put on a little drill team.
Okay, well, we'll probably catch you second time around.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Forward. Good. Now look at all those doggies walking down there. Oh, they're going to put on a little razzle-dazzle for us right now. See if Tommy doesn't don't get hung up in one of those leashes, Tommy. They'll take you with them. And the Union Hotel has an entry right here. How the West was fun. How are you doing?
Very well, thank
Good
you.
to see you. What's your name again?
I'm Caitlin.
I thought so. Oh, and how about you?
Tracy.
Tracy? Okay. Nice to see you, Tracy. And
Jessica.
all right. People, when they wear sunglasses, I can't remember who they are. And we got a sign. The Union's just around the corner. It looks like they've got some watermelon. Can I take a piece?
Go for it.
Oh man, that's good. And people can come on up to the Union Hotel and have a great time. They have a really wonderful food. Boy, look at this nice car. Oh, so this is an entry from the Union Hotel too.
Yeah, this is a 1931 Model A Huckster.
Boy, this is just gorgeous. And this is how you used to maybe be able to buy your fruit back in the old days. Somebody drive around, ring the bell, you can come on out and save yourself a trip to the store. Now, I'm not sure if that was a better way because only one vehicle was going around. Lockwood Fire Department's here, and with one of their, I'm not sure what they call this now, just a water pumper truck, okay, or an apparatus or whatever. And look at this. Here we got some logging going on up here. Who would this be? Rubini Tree Service. How you doing there?
Excellent. You?
Oh, I'm doing good. Good. It looks like you're all set up to go, right?
All set up.
Okay. And Rubini Tree Service. Great place to call if you ever need some tree service. Give a call, 223-2056. There's some cute little girls on the back of that truck waving to us. Hello, girls. Happy 4th of July. And here's some guys on their bikes going by. We want to get to the front again or turn, or what are we going to do? What's our plan? All right. Well, here's a service truck from Volcano Telephone service truck. How are you doing there?
Good.
Well, you brought the newer truck out.
Yeah, I left the old one in.
Okay, last time we saw you in Ione, you had the that great old 51, right? Okay. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. And Volcano Communications Group, of course, in Volcano, and Volcano does have a communications group here. There's a beautiful, nice little car. It's looking good. That's what happens. You can just get caught in the parade down here. There's a few people waiting for some of the parade. Let's say hi to them. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Rachel.
And you? What's your name?
Jack.
You don't know your name?
I'm
Okay, and how about you? What's your name?
Luke.
And you?
Emma.
Is this a great parade, Emma?
Yeah.
I thought so too. And we got some more people back there waiting. Of course, this is the car show and the Cannonball Parade. Hello, Ted Novelli. How you doing?
How you doing, sir? How are you?
Good. You want me to shake your hand again?
Good. How you doing,
all right.
Tommy?
All right. Let me shake his hand, Tommy. Here. The politician, we got to shake his hand. Now, we saw the parade one time, kind of caught us by surprise. I thought it was going to go off at 11, but I guess it went off at a little bit before 10:30. So we might get another look at it. Generally, we get a second time through here in Volcano. I think everybody comes back through in Volcano. It just takes them a little time to walk around the block.
Yep, here they come right now, Tom. They're coming through.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN. And now back to Amador This Week. Hi there, what's your name, sir?
Tim Wolfbrand.
All right, doing pretty good. Now, what rank you got?
PFC, E2.
And you back on leave?
I'm on Liberty right now. We got a 4-day pass. So.
Okay, you Marines go on Liberty, right?
Yes.
All right, must be great to have some Liberty. Okay, they're going to go by. And now we got the Cub Scouts, and we're looking at the parade from about the front of the parade where it should be. Cub Scouts are going by, and they're going by pretty quick. And behind the Cub Scouts, we have some people on their bikes, but they're walking them. Here we have the Mountain Men again coming through. And we met a lot of the fire crew. And in between them there was that Destruction Derby car that didn't get it. Pine drive, 2-3 foot. Hit it, guys. And once again, we met these guys, and they just do a fantastic job. And I'm telling you, out in the heat, as everybody knows how hot it can get, and you're out there fighting a forest fire, and these are the guys that go on in and try to cut some of the brush, slash, and give one of the first defensive lines. And that's a lot of hard work, and we'd like to thank them. It's their way of paying back to the community. It kind of probably evened the score a bit. And CAL FIRE's truck, this is the truck that crew rides in to get to where they're going. And we've got that Volkswagen dual cab. Now, that's pretty rare. I mean, you know, that's a Type 1, I believe it's called like a Type 1 Volkswagen bus, but the back of it's kind of like a pickup truck, but the engine's still over, you know, underneath. It's in the same spot it would have been on a regular van, so it's pretty high up there, you know, and it's looking pretty good. Sounds really nice. Almost doesn't sound like he's got a Volkswagen in that. That's from Twin Cedars K9. There we go. Look at that. Look at this nice little wood railing and everything.
Okay, as the parade is passing by.
Good job.
Again, I want to announce.
And here's the Twin Cedars group. And oh boy, here we go. We got some razzle dazzle. Let's turn them around one more time, everybody.
Mr. and Mrs. Black.
Here they go. Here go the doggies. Look at all these dogs get trained. And dogs are great social animals. They just love being with each other, their masters, and having a good time. Looks like Patrick doesn't have his cooler anymore. Patrick, what happened to your cooler?
And he's out
There's a flat tire.
You got a flat tire in your cooler? Okay, well, you're doing a good job walking through. Alrighty, and that's Patrick. He hails right here from Volcano.
Volcano Communications.
And
Very
great
nice,
pickup. This pickup, what am I talking about? Here we go, Lockwood fire truck. Big old fire truck going through. And I believe they are part of the AFPD. And Rapini's coming down, Rapini Tree Service. And boy, that's all decked out in red, white, and blue. He's feeling the spirit. Remember, he needs tree service 223-2056. And there's those girls, and we're just really going by pretty fast here on the parade. There's kids on a bike, and how fun is that? And bringing up the end of the parade, I do believe, once again, is Volcano and Volcano Communication Group. Of course, they do the cable TV. I'm on cable TV on Volcano. They do the phone service. They've got that bundle package like everybody has, so you can get it all right there from Volcano Communications. And as the parade goes by on the 5th of July, celebrating the 4th of July here in Volcano, they're also having the Volcano Cannonball Run. We're going to be talking to some people. I think all we've had time so far is to meet somebody with a pair of Indian motorcycles, which is just great. Stay with us. Tom Slivick on the microphone and Tommy Fox is on the camera. Stay with us right here on TSPN. Hey, what's going on? Good to see you, buddy. You in the parade too?
No.
You're just trying to get out of town?
Yeah.
Just trying to get out of town. We've got a nice line of cars here trying to get out of town. I wonder where they're going. You think they're going to Jackson or Fiddletown? You know, the only place that kind of compares, but it doesn't. Look at the beautiful stretch. Open up here, Tommy. That's what's so nice about Volcano. You've got such a nice wide street. They can park cars on both sides in shady spots with trees behind them, old buildings and everything. There's the Union Hotel right here at this part of town, in the beginning of town, if you call it the beginning. They've got the St. George, and we'll go on up and see that. St. George has stuff going on today. And now I'm with John Colbert. How you doing, John?
Hey, doing pretty good, Tom.
So what's a good way to remember your name? You're like John with a ditch with a pipe in it?
Sing happy birthday 3 times.
Happy birthday 3 times, and that'll do it?
Oh, yeah.
How does that work?
Happy birthday to me, happy birthday to me, happy birthday to me, happy birthday to Tom. No, that doesn't work. You're right. It doesn't work. That's it. That's good.
Wait a minute. I'm upside down here.
Oh, it's a cross heart. It only plays blues.
No, it's a C, John. I'm in C.
Oh.
Okay, so I like to play straight harp because I usually don't have people accompanying me. And straight harp you can play just about everything, right? But you play it straight.
Well, that's true.
Okay, so what's Crystal Image doing down here today?
We're actually here doing for the Cannonball Run and playing some classic rock and stuff today for the car show, and then we go to Amador City tonight at 6 p.m. and we do it all over again.
Are you going to play like Little Deuce Coupe and stuff like that?
Heck no.
409?
Heck no.
My Little Woody or whatever it was?
Heck no.
Oh, man. They're not going to play any of the favorites.
Well, we're going to play classic rock. We're not at the beach.
Well, we should be at the beach.
I know.
Anyway,
Tom.
all right. And here we go. We're going to find out who's on guitar over here.
Oh, Michael Smartano.
How you doing, Mike?
All right.
How you doing? Play us a little riff. You got a riff ready? Here we go.
Helps by turning the amp.
And we're going to turn the amp on. We're going to hear it all. Electric guitars sound much better with the amp on. All right, this is Les Paul. This is a great guitar, man.
Yeah, sure is.
I mean, this is old. Look at this here. I got the rhythm and the treble, just in case you couldn't remember.
That's right, exactly. It's for the old folks that can't figure out what to do.
Les Paul, he kind of invented this stuff.
Oh, yeah. I can't
listen to him. You ever not only listen to him, but see some of the, what do they call it, documentaries with him?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of guitar players fell in love with him. He's influenced a lot of guitar players. He's done a lot of stuff with recording, backtracking, and double delays and all
kinds.
Kind
of invented playing around with tape, didn't he?
All that stuff. Absolutely.
And boy, to be able to play one of his guitars, since those are rare. We're going to find out Brian. He's setting up.
He's praying right now.
All right, how you doing there, buddy? Setting up your drums?
Very good. Same
now, what were you putting on here? Is this a mic?
That is a catch-all in case I get...
Oh, okay. Who'd have thought? I get it. That's where you put your spare sticks.
I got to say I have the same drums as Charlie Watts plays in Rolling Stones' Gretsch, and I'm proud to be playing those kind of drums because I really like him a lot.
I thought these were Mattel.
There you go. Now we're going to find out what kind of old thing are you playing that everybody used to love?
Well, actually, this is one of those really hybrid...
Casio?
Oh, yeah, Casio.
Where'd you get this at?
But it's a higher-end model.
Okay, you got this at Keyboards and Us?
No, I got this over at the toy store, Toys R Us.
Okay, all right. I see him at Costco all the time. I always want to buy one. What about it, Tommy? That a pretty good one?
Yeah.
That is a good one. That's great sound. Don't let the newness fool you. Come on down, everybody. We got full sound going on. A crystal image right here at Volcano.
Work with me.
Maybe later.
Okay.
Got a boogie.
You'll be welcome.
Okay, now here's the look of the future, the Studebaker. Now, this was one great car.
Yeah, check out the back window. It's got that wraparound back window.
Holy moly, baby. This was aircraft influence. This had to be aircraft and possibly even spacecraft, even though we didn't have any then.
Designed after the P-38.
It was?
Yeah,
that's my favorite. That's my favorite plane, P-38.
Yeah, see that back window? That's the P-38 look.
All right, I'm loving it. So nobody's going to get on your 6 without you seeing it.
That's right.
Or your 6, or your 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, or 3 on. What's your name?
Frank.
Where do you hail from, Frank?
Sonora.
Okay, great car. Glad you brought it down. Man, that's a beauty. Beautiful paint job. And by the way, what year is it?
1952, Studebaker.
1952. Where were you in 52? Let's see, I'd have been 6. So 6, that's pretty good. Well, look at this beautiful Chevy. This isn't this Impala, huh? Beautiful. What year is this one?
64 Impala.
64. Beautiful. Not the SS. This is like the full on, huh?
It's a sport coupe.
Yeah. Awesome. Great looking ride. Great looking ride. 2-door. Look at the beauty of that, and look how long it was. And man, I believe that's what they say. Cars were straight. And the chrome was whatever. What? The chrome was thick? Yeah, that's it. Cars were straight and the chrome was thick. We got another car coming down in our car parade. And here's Mercury. We're going to find out about this Mercury. Hello. Tell us a little bit about this Mercury.
55 Mercury. Originally sold in Nebraska.
Yeah.
It's only got 35,000 miles on it.
This is pretty. 35,000 miles on it?
All original.
All original. And the interior looks original to me and everything?
Everything's original. Only new tires.
These are really scarce, and a lot of people love these because, you know, nothing's done to it and it still is looking great.
It runs great. I just got back from a trip to Colorado and back with it.
Wow. Yeah, that's great. Okay, and what is your name?
Dwayne Bennett.
And where are you from, Dwayne?
Sonora.
Okay, great. Another car from Sonora, and you know, that's a great story. You know, when you heard about somebody's grandma or whatever having a car that was tucked away in the garage or maybe the barn, that's got to be one of those stories. We didn't hear it all, but 35,000 miles. That's a beautiful Dodge. I want to say it's a pickup truck, but it looks like it'd be bigger than a 150. Well, let's see. If we look at the, of course, if we look at the wheels, I don't see the hubs for the front. So this is probably just a half-ton or three-quarter ton, just like a equivalent of a 150. That was a beautiful Dodge, and that has a nice big nose, almost like today. It's got his. Looks like a home-built rear end there with a stake truck thing going on. And here's a pretty girl in a pretty car. What's your name?
My name's Jessica Gottstein.
Jessica, you're from here.
I grew up here, right in this house,
I was going to say, right behind here. This used to be a brewery, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a brewery, and it was built in 1856.
And it wasn't a brewery the whole time?
It was for about 10 or 15 years.
And just a few years ago, the Native Sons came down, honored a plaque down here. Your grandmother was out here and everything.
Yeah.
And just another little piece of history.
Absolutely. I think you were there.
Yeah, I was. Now, where did you get the cool shirt?
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you a little bit about these shirts. So this is the sign that you'll see when you come into town.
3 people
You'll
left.
notice, yeah, population 100 crossed out, 103 now. I live in San Francisco, and I've always loved this sign, so we decided to have a little art project.
Well, it's a great shirt. Now, are there places where you can buy these here?
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and sell them at the country store with Debbie.
Okay.
They're $20 here at the parade. We're selling out fast.
Okay, now you're not going to let, I'm not sure, would that be your sister that works in the union? Or your
No,
cousin?
I have friends and cousins that work in the union, but...
You're not going to give them a chance to make any money on the shirts, is that it? You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN. And now back to Amador This Week.
I have friends and cousins that work in the union, but...
You're not going to give them a chance to make any money on the shirts, is that it?
Well, you know, I haven't thought about that yet.
Yeah, you know, put the star on it, the little red star on it for him.
I think that's a great idea.
Okay, now this is a beautiful car. Is this your ride?
This is not my ride, unfortunately. I would love for this to be my ride.
Okay. All right. Now, what is it? You know what it is? Maybe if you could know what it would be.
1930
A 1930 Ford Roadster, I've heard.
Ford Roadster 1930. Isn't it beautiful?
Hey, now Tommy, you gotta get a look at this. Now, I'm not sure about the mirror, the rear view mirror here. It's way too cool. It's beveled. It looks like something that came out of maybe your purse.
I know, it looks like a little makeup mirror there, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks like a little makeup mirror.
Well, you want to have good visibility when you drive. You don't want a mirror to take up your visibility.
Okay, now this is really a pretty car, done really well, and I think the owners over there and everything. Hey, thanks for talking to us and giving us a lowdown on the shirt. So if you want that shirt, you can come on down and get it at the general store. And next to us looks like probably the same car, just a different look. It's just, this was gorgeous. I love the tan. You know, it isn't often that people, you know, make their car and choose the color kind of tan. Whose car is this?
It's mine.
It's yours? Yeah, I love the tan. I love the color of it, and it really shows off the red, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. You bet.
Okay. And it's beautiful. Now you got the louvers on the trunk deck. Why is that?
Just for aesthetics.
Just to let the air out?
Yeah, let the air out. That's a good.
Wouldn't let any rain in, would it?
No.
Okay. If you're going too fast, it blows off. But that is a beautiful, beautiful ride, and wow, really pretty. Now, what about the back of that too? Is that the frame? Was the frame that long?
Yeah, it was. That's the fuel tank right there.
Because it was like the fuel tank's underneath it, and like the car next to it, that's where they had one of those trunks or something.
Yeah.
That's when you drove up
Yeah, in fact, if you look at the...
They just take the trunk and carry it.
Okay, this guy's supposed to tell us about that. And
that's the trunk. If you went to a hotel, they just take the trunk off.
Like on the red one, you can see how the trunk is here, and they would just lift that off and
that's my car.
take it on in with you.
Take it in. Yeah.
Boy, both beautiful cars, and they really show each other off. Being right next to each other makes it even prettier, doesn't it? Okay, now where are you guys from?
We're from Lincoln, California.
Okay, well, thanks for coming down here to Volcano's Cannonball Run. And now we're looking at another model, and this has got kind of an old hot rod look to it. Tell us about this.
This car was originally built in the mid-50s. It was a cover car of Hot Rod magazine in 1959. At the time, it had a flathead in it and a 39 tranny. 1960 or 61, they switched the motor over to a Olds 394, 1960. B&M Hydro, 56 B&M Hydro. A famous drag racer and engine builder built the engine. His name was Gene Adams, and it was raced and in the street raced in L.A. Our original owner went to Pasadena High School, and it was a pretty famous street rod back then in the day.
And you've got all the history of this car. So that's really great, but you bought it a long time ago, and that's it still kind of has an old school look, like I was bringing up, but the engine was updated, and I might have even seen the cover of that Hot Rod magazine, although I would have been kind of fairly young at 50.
This is it. It looked a lot different because it was really a flathead motor.
There we go. But
paint job.
But I think Tommy's getting a look at that, and you know, that's another great thing. A lot of people bring these out, and if you care to take the time.
99.
Well, that's you rebuilding at 99. Now, how young were you there?
I was not that young. I was in mid-50s.
You weren't that young. You were in your mid-50s.
Yeah.
Well, you don't look it. Okay. And I don't know. I can't. It's too early in the morning on Saturday to do the math on that. But okay, it's a really nice look. Now you still have the hood as well. Do you?
Oh yeah, I still got the hood. I still got the top. It came with the top. Came with all kinds of really neat stuff right out of the 50s.
Okay. So do you have a lot of fun? Is this a driver for you? You drive this a lot?
Oh yeah, I drive at most of the car shows now, and it's not a daily driver, but there's the top.
Okay.
Pretty interesting.
Oh yeah. Really?
But everything was built way back when.
The top, I don't think Tommy can get in on it, but it wasn't straight flat. It's kind of raised in the back and dumped to the front. It's got a nice look.
Right on.
All right,
Yeah.
thanks a lot. And now we're with Speedy Gonzalez. How you doing, Speedy?
Good, great.
Okay, now we've seen this car up here before, and it looks like you might have finished it. Now, what was the last thing you were putting on it? I think it was a steering wheel or something at the time?
Steering wheel and let me see what else. Oh, I get the interior down a little bit more. Seats.
And the side, the beautiful. So you're getting this done?
Yeah, that was done. That's the last thing I've done.
You know, to get a lot of these things done, if you don't have a whole lot of money at one time to throw at them, you keep spending money, but it just takes a little longer, and it becomes a longer project.
Yes, so this is 7 years going on 8.
Well, you're going to have a really beautiful car. This is like a classic Mercedes, right?
Right, it's a 59 190 SL.
Okay, so, you know, like I said, this is like a real classic, real collector car, and it's going to take you some time, but, man, when it's finished, and it seems to me awful close.
It's close.
Okay.
Maybe 2 years.
What are you going to do yet? Replace the seats, maybe? Or
redo the seats, and then yank the motor and pump that up, build that up a little bit. And that's pretty much it.
Okay, all right. And a really, really good thing in a local. Where you from?
Pioneer. Yeah.
So it wasn't too hard for you to get down here?
I can almost coast all the way.
Almost coast, okay. And now I'm with Steve Zalkine from Sutter Creek. How's it going, Steve?
Good. Beautiful day. Nice to see you.
Man, is these some beautiful cars here or what?
Wonderful.
Okay, I was kind of looking for the owner of, most of the cars here are old and, and all muscled up and everything like that, but this looks like one you can buy right out, get it today, get it out the door.
Oh, you're looking at the
Super
Shelby.
Snake. Man, is that a beauty or what?
That's amazing. Are you in the market?
I'm always in the market to look. I'm always in the market to buy. I just don't have any money, and nobody will give it to me. But isn't that gorgeous? Of course, unlike the engines take up all the space, so they're kind of hard to fall in love with the engine in the new cars. But to me, anyway, but the look of the whole car. If you just keep this thing straight, pull this out, and 30 years, man, you would have the car.
Well, it's a beautiful piece of machinery. Hope you're enjoying the event, Tom.
I am. Good. Bye, Steve.
Take care.
That Shelby, and I was saying, it's hard to enjoy or fall in love with the engines in those cars, so you can't see them, you can't notice them. But here we're looking in the hood, under the hood of a 50 Ford, with a beautiful small block in there. And come on out to the front, Tommy. And this car color is called salmon. Now this looks like a mother of pearl salmon, but I had a 56 Ford Sunliner convertible. It was white and salmon, and it was really gorgeous. And this is done really nice, and it is a convertible. Makes it to me, it would be very rare, because for some reason convertibles just don't last long. I don't know what happens to them. But beautiful car. It's got the I forget what they call this. Was this like French when this was all the way in here, and the antenna will come out? And nice color though, isn't it? Using some of the old and new, the salmon. And at times you can look straight down at this and you can see gold in gold flake. It's almost got some gold flake. And of course, the easy way to tell it's a 50, it's got that bullet nose in the front with the single big bullet. And a very pretty car. And here's another example of what I'm saying about how you can just fall in love with the engine. This is a beautiful car, man. It is so chopped and so lowered. It looks to me like it's about 3 inches off the ground. And so it probably has that kind of suspension, the air suspension, where you get in and the shocks pick it up. But just look at it. It's beautiful. It looks like a big block Chevy, something like that, probably a GM motor, but look at the blower on that. And that's what I mean, like, boy, can you just fall in love with the engine in this or what? This car is just about all engine, and it's a convertible as well, but it's a convertible that is shortened, and I think they called that chopped, because they took some of the metal out. Look at those neat seats. I never saw any seats quite like that. They have that aluminum on the side, and great look. Even the shifter there looks pretty unique to me. Great one of a kind car. And I think maybe we talked about this. And this guy's got this so low. Check out what he had to do in order to get these big wheels down underneath here. They also probably cut this out and put this added piece of fender on it so those big tires would fit under it. It's got a spoiler on the side, and it's got a 88, like an Oldsmobile 88 underneath it. Boy, this would be a rocket. I'm telling you, this thing is really be a rocket, and what an eye stopper, and what a beautiful thing. Got the nice kind of rounded feel to the window, even down to these little what do they used to call it? Like, these would be kind of like a wing window back in the old days, but they're just sitting there. But it adds a nice, really nice look to it. Beautiful line. It's got a lot of roundness to this car. Yes, that is. Okay, so there's Annalie, the quilt lady, just walking by some beautiful, beautiful cars. Got a couple judges that are walking down here. Maybe this will give me an opportunity to talk to a judge here for a second. You're one of the judges, right?
No, all the participants are judges.
Okay, well, what are you doing here with looking at?
Everybody that enters a vehicle selects their best.
Oh, okay, so you go around and pick these up, or?
Yeah, you go around and see which one you like the best, and...
Okay, so you've entered
a vehicle,
and now you're looking at all the cars and going to judge it. I think you were one of the gentlemen that was down there looking at the Indian motorcycle?
Yes.
Yeah. Were those great or what?
I've never seen anything like that. I didn't know they made a 4-cylinder way back then.
And isn't it incredible to see a pair of them, and like twins sitting next to each other?
And they have to be extremely rare. Extremely rare.
Extremely rare, and boy, really well preserved, well put together, and everything. Well, this is just a great car show.
It's very nice.
And well, thanks a lot. Thanks for
the info. We have a pink car here.
They have a pink car?
We have a pink.
Is that your pink T-Bird, the pink T-Bird? And you also brought down some pink chairs. I noticed the pink chairs were empty because you were walking around.
We have a pink theme going on today.
Now, where's his pink?
Well,
you're man enough to wear a pink, aren't you?
I'm man enough to drive a pink car. That's got to say something.
So you got to drive it?
Yeah.
Where are you guys from?
Sacramento.
Okay, Sacramento. Great. You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN. And now back to Amador This Week. Just the guys out here enjoying the car shows, and I'm just going to show you, a nice long shot of the street. It's very nice. A lot of times when we do car shows, the people that have the cars are walking around having a good time. They're visiting the hotels, or so they're not always available to talk to find out about their car. And we're bringing you some great looks of cars, and of course Volcano in all its glory right down here on the Volcano Cannonball Car Show. One of the great things about Volcano is the food, and they've got some really great places here in Volcano, from the St. George Union Hotel, the General Store, and right now, tell us where we are.
We're at the Jug and Rose Baking Company.
Now, why is it called the Jug and Rose?
Well, they
sounds like you should have like wine and stuff in here. Do you get that?
Yeah, well, that would be nice, wouldn't it? That was the name of the restaurant years ago, in the 50s, Jug and Rose Restaurant. So we just kept the name. And everybody knows where the Jug and Rose is. So
okay, okay, I knew the story, but it doesn't sound like a bakery.
It doesn't sound like a bakery.
Well, that's good. See, I'm sticking it in people. I'm sticking it in people's names, in their head. The Jug and Rose. But this has got to be one of the best bakeries. I mean, look at this stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Jordan's made them like cupcakes and rum cakes and turnovers, all kinds of good stuff.
And
we always try to use fresh.
Are these the politically correct size cupcakes for today?
In today's market, yes. Those small, little petite cupcakes, those are real popular.
But they're super rich and great tasting, right?
Oh, of course. We have chocolate espresso and lemon curd cupcakes. The small, the white frosting ones are lemon curd.
You got a great crew in there today?
Yeah, we've got a lot of family helping today to help us out on this busy day down here in Volcano. So,
all right. What are the hours down here for people?
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 7 to 3.
Okay. Now I'm not sure if Tommy's seeing any bread down there, but this is a great place to get bread.
Yeah, Jordan does raisin cinnamon loaves, onion dill loaves. We do sourdoughs on Saturday, and so it's Just today, there's not a lot of bread because of all the activity that we got going. So.
All right. Now, Paul, what kind of bread does John like you to send down to him?
Oh, John always wants me to bring him a raisin cinnamon loaf on the way down for McKenna. So for sure.
Okay, so that's for McKenna, huh?
Yeah. Well, that's what he says. It says it's for McKenna.
McKenna eats a lot of bread.
Yeah, she's probably one piece.
Of course, John's my son, and John's worked for Paul, and great family, great restaurant here, and a great town, Volcano, and a great event. This is the event for Volcano.
Oh yeah, this is the big day down here. Cannonball Run every year, 4th of July weekend. So this is good. It's a fun time.
Okay, Paul. Thanks for talking to us. Bye bye. Okay, now we're in the general store, and owner Debbie Dunn. How you doing, Debbie?
I'm good, Tom. How are you today?
Good. Now, Debbie didn't hug me because she already has. Okay.
Yeah, I already got my hug.
Debbie, I think, hugs everybody. You hug everybody, don't you, Debbie?
Well, I'm pretty.
You're a hugger.
I am.
Okay, Debbie's a hugger. Okay, and this is a great place. We're just kind of pointing out once again some of the great places to come to when you're in Volcano. The whole town's like. It's just a great place.
It is. It's very unique. Volcano is unto itself, all by itself.
I know, and a lot of times I'll tell people about Volcano, but I'll give them the wrong way to get here. I don't want it to change too much.
Yeah, and the chamber helps us a lot too. The chamber
they do?
Oh man, yeah. Anytime people walk in there, they have a whole little packet of all the Volcano businesses, and so that's very cool. I think.
And it is very cool, and I'm half teasing, Yeah. But Volcano is kind of a neat place because you have to want to get here. You just didn't drive by it on 88, right? You have to turn down and get in here. They got 2 great hotels, St. George, the Union. Really great places to eat. The theater going on at night. It's always kind of something going on. Maybe it's not a lot of action at night, but there are in the bars at the 2 hotels.
And it's true. And this store, 1852, 161 years old.
Same floor, I might say.
Same floor. Longest continuous running grocery store in the state of California. Volcano sports the very first child care that ever happened, the very first observatory, first library, first theater. Volcano.
They had the first person.
Yeah, might have. Tom, you're right. Might have. No, actually, a lot of people, 20,000, 30,000 people used to live here in the mining days.
Right. This Volcano almost became the capital of Amador, right?
Yeah.
And
I'm glad
once really thriving place. Well, it's got all these people, like 30,000 people, and who'd ever thought there'd be that many people here? And if you'd like to see the history, you can go into. I know the St. George got a lot of old pictures up, and you probably have some as well back there in the dining room. And
we try to keep a lot of the local memorabilia of the people here. Like today, Tim was the Grand Marshal. Right. He's a Marine, a new Marine. We have a giant picture of him. We're trying to do a military.
And I think they have some of the still same stuff to sell that didn't sell back when it first opened.
Oh, I hope not.
Don't you have any baking powder from the 1850s or something like that?
Yeah, Tommy goes up and pans on those cans. We have 1800 coffee and peanut butter. Right. Pretty amazing.
Yeah, so when you come in here, if you're quite old and you come in here, this will remind you what it was like when you went down to the store, the corner store.
Talking to Mike.
Where's the candy counter?
Yeah. Talking to your Mike when he was in here one day. The nice part is it's a whole array of all the different decades between 1852 and now. So you find something that.
And you notice they weren't in the convenience shelving.
Yeah. No. No.
It wasn't even convenient for the owner. How do you like that climb way up to the top and everything?
Yeah. Look at the roof.
Well, the roof is really cool, and of course it was high to hold the heat, so it stayed cooler down here. That's why we had such high ceilings.
There's 2 feet.
There's 2 feet of dirt on top.
Those are 3 by 15 beams. Those had to be hand hewn, and they're cross hatched in order to bear that kind of load.
Right on.
It was for fire. It was all about fire. This general store, if this store burned down, their lifeline was gone, right? So it's all made out of brick and rock, and the doors are all iron, and the roof is dirt. So if a fire tried to get in, it'd have a
No, I didn't know that it had earth up on top of it as well. So that's a great, that's a great insulator as well, and also would hold the heat as it went up.
Yeah.
And this is so in humors. This is a lot just like TSPN building before I put the roof on it.
Well, and something about that's sad. This door, as tall as it is, obviously was custom made. But when it was made, the custom making would have had the panes match.
Okay.
It's 3 inches lower. Obviously, this whole side of the building.
Now this is what's really funny to me is look how low the handles are. I mean, were people that short back then?
Well, people have said that. I don't believe it. I'll tell you what I do believe.
No, they're like this. They're the same on Union Hotel and everything.
The Union and
maybe they have their little kids go with them and open the door.
What I've been told by several people is that because the sidewalk and the roadbed are the same height, it was a funny thing on a Friday for a miner to get paid, get drunk, and ride his horse right into the establishment, which was not so funny for the people in there or the owner of the establishment. But if he was sitting on a horse,
he couldn't open the door?
Would be up here. If he leaned over to try to reach that door handle, there's no way he's going to stay on that horse. If you go to Jackson and Sutter Creek, the door handles are at the right height. That's because the sidewalks in Jackson and Sutter Creek are 18 to 20 inches above the roadbed.
Well, until I hear something else, I'm going to say that sounds like a good idea to me, the best idea I've heard yet. I'm sure it wasn't that it was just because they had little kids, and I know they weren't that short, but, all right.
Hey, Tom, thanks so much for coming in.
And you get a chance, I'm sure Tommy panned around a little bit, and you can always visit the stores and visit Amador.
7 days a week.
Yeah, 7 days a week. They open 7 days a week?
Country store, 10:30 to 6 o'clock. Come in after work, on your way home.
Alrighty. Bye-bye.
Bye, Tom.
Well, we've been talking about the St. George Hotel that's in the beginning of Volcano. This is what I call the beginning. This is the way that I get into Volcano. And St. George today has music in the garden, and they've got a band, and they've been doing that a lot lately. And the St. George is a historic hotel as well, and just recently been bought by Sharon Lundgren of Volcano Communications, and they've been making some upgrades to it and things, and it's just a great, great hotel and a place you would want to stay if you ever do visit Volcano. Well, back here in the backyard of the St. George Hotel, Route 88's playing away, and a great band, and they have bands up here a couple times a year, maybe a couple, 2-3 times a year, and this is just an enchanted backyard. Beautiful place. Tommy's going to make a slope plan, and weddings. They put on weddings here as well as other events, and when they have an event like today, they're going to have like the tri-tip barbecue stuff going on as well as other sandwiches. I'm not sure what's on the menu today. They got a nice little lean-to bar back there. This place is just beautiful. It feels 1940s or what? It's just a great place. You didn't see the umbrellas and all the pretty colors and the pop tents. You wouldn't know that's what time it could be. So it's a beautiful place if you're thinking about coming to Volcano. This is a wonderful place. Great lawn and events go on here throughout the year. All right, everyone. Me and Tommy Fox. Tommy's on the camera. I'm on the microphone. And we've had a great time showing you around Amador County over the 4th of July weekend. We've had all kinds of places to go to. We've been in all kinds of weather right now. It's probably a very pleasant 85 degrees here with a nice breeze blowing in Volcano. Tree-studded streets. We've got cars. A car show. I was just getting taken away because seeing a couple of Corvettes pulling on up here as well. So it's a lot of fun. If you ever get a chance to have your friends come on up to Amador County for the 4th of July, I'm going to be leaving and going up where it's even a little bit cooler. I'm going up to Little Lake Kirkwood and going kayaking right after this shoot. So hope you enjoyed TSPN's Out and About. I'm Tom Slivick once again, and Tommy Fox on camera. We'll see you again next time.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN. Amador This Week's Out and About has been proudly brought to you